What types of bad parenting do kids not recover from? I was 16 when I realized my father saw me as his personal therapist. It started after the divorce. Mom moved out, and suddenly Dad's bedroom door was always open when I got home from school. He'd be sitting on the edge of his bed, shoulders slumped, waiting. "Emma," he'd call out, voice heavy with that familiar sadness. "Can we talk?" I thought I was helping. Thought being there for him made me a good daughter. "Your mother never understood me like you do," he'd say, patting the spot next to him on the bed. "You're so mature for your age, so wise." He'd tell me everything. How mom never satisfied him, how lonely he felt, how the women at work looked at him but he stayed faithful. Details no teenager should ever hear about their parents' marriage. "I don't know what I'd do without you," he'd whisper, sometimes crying on my shoulder. "Promise me you'll never leave me like she did." This wasn't normal father-daughter bonding. What was normal was me canceling plans with friends because Dad needed to talk, missing school dances because he'd have another breakdown, staying home from sleepovers because he couldn't handle being alone. I became his emotional support system at 16, his confidant, his replacement wife in every way except the obvious. When boys called, he'd interrogate them like a jealous boyfriend. When I got accepted to college 3 states away, he cried for days and guilt-tripped me into choosing the local community college instead. "After everything I've shared with you," he said, eyes red and desperate, "how can you abandon me now? I thought we had something special." I stayed, delayed my dreams for 2 more years, carrying the weight of his emotional needs on my shoulders. I felt responsible for his happiness, his mental health, his entire existence. Then came my 19th birthday party. Just a few friends from work, nothing fancy. But when my coworker Jake complimented my dress, Dad pulled me aside. "You're flirting," he hissed, gripping my arm, "making me look like a fool in front of your friends. Is this how you repay everything I've given you?" That's when I saw it clearly. The possessiveness, the emotional manipulation, the way he trained me to prioritize his feelings over my own development. My friend Sarah noticed me crying in the bathroom. I'd been hiding this for years, ashamed of how trapped I felt. "Emma," she said gently, "this isn't your job. You're not responsible for fixing your dad." For the first time, someone said what I needed to hear. "He's made you his emotional wife," she continued. "That's not love. That's abuse." I didn't want to believe it. He never hit me, never touched me inappropriately, but he'd stolen something else. My ability to have healthy boundaries, to put myself first, to develop into my own person. The therapist I finally saw had a name for it: emotional incest. When a parent treats their child as their primary emotional support instead of seeking appropriate adult relationships. "You became his partner," she explained. "That's not a role children should ever fill." Now I'm 24, living 2 states away, finally in college, but the damage runs deep. I still feel guilty for having my own life. Still panic when someone needs emotional support, terrified I'll get trapped again. Dad calls every day, voice heavy with that familiar sadness. "I miss our talks," he says. "When are you coming home?" I don't answer anymore. I'm learning that love shouldn't feel like drowning. Some wounds from childhood never fully heal, but at least now I know the difference between being needed and being used.